All right, good morning. It's Tuesday, and we have a gap down in the market. Now, we'll look at the SPY at the very end. RKLB, IRNT, and ATER are the stocks we're going to cover real quick this morning, and they're all pretty much kind of based around the same exact strategy. We have the gap in the chart, comes down, we get a bullish green day. Now we have a red day, and this is the daily chart. We're going to go down to the hourly time frame, and this is what we're kind of stuck with. Now, I still like ATER for now. We are getting kind of a curl pattern coming over. I think we can still pick up more down at 1150. The problem is a lot of the stocks you can look through, including the market itself, is significantly lower. Now, the market's into a gap area, so it could get propped up. But what I'm looking for is if everything continues to roll over. This is one of these plays. If you're currently in it and it continues, we are most likely looking for risk management and how it reacts off this blue line, which is the gap line, and then the lows. Okay, we do not want if it just continues to sell off, we'll cut it. But what I'm looking for is if it comes down here and it doesn't aggressively pop up and start to give me a recover of some sort. I'm not going to mess around with this thing too long, okay? We do have to limit our losses, get out when time is still good, and that way we can save our accounts. IRNT, same thing. I'm in this stock. I was in great profit yesterday, and now I'm just looking for possibly an add down into 23.67. But again, moving averages are crossing. Looks like it's getting rejected. I do have my alert set down here, and I will most likely be adding, but looking to get out if it doesn't have a strong bullish momentum move up. This is the thing. If we limit our losses very quickly, easily, without a lot of harm in the account, it's easier to get back in the stock if the stock does decide to make a recovery and get back in the game and then make its move. And it's a fake out, and we got faked out. The last thing I want to do is think it's going to be a fake out, and then I'm kind of the one that's getting faked out, and it just continues to roll over. Don't know if that made a whole lot of sense, but going down to a smaller time frame on IRNT, and then we'll turn off the aftermarket hours and just understand that we're about halfway through from this gray line and this blue line, and that way we can get an idea of where we are at. But those are the lines you're going to be wanting to pay attention to. There is that support in the middle, and this is what I'm a little bit worried about. This is the area that we will want to focus on, is right around here. We had buyers coming in, keeping the stock up. That's where we found nothing but sellers yesterday or the day before. Had a tough time getting over, and then we fought through it yesterday, and that's actually where I ended up taking roughly where I took my position. So understanding that if we continue down, now if we do grab the extended hours now, we are right into that level. And so if we continue to sell and we get back up there and reject it, or if we're around here and we just can't hold it, things are looking at possibly coming down. And we just need to understand that. So the alert's set, lines are set. That's what we're looking for. RKLB put in a nice move. Everything's looking great. Hit the exact gap fill, made the move up. Got a really great percentage growth as far as the move on that. That was 11%. So pretty sweet. But hey, now we're looking like we always do. Top, we got our bottom, and then we have our 50%. This area is pretty critical. We do have a support down here at 1440. So we'll look to see how it behaves around there. But again, remember, the market's looking a little lower. So make sure that we have that understanding. And if you have that understanding, then you won't be surprised if the stocks continue to fail. And if the market turns around, this is the market. So we have this gap fill down here, and we're getting right into this area. But we are getting bought back up, kind of a bullish pattern. We got a higher low setting in, and so that's great. We just need to get over the pre-market, the 440, and then we will see these moving averages and see how it reacts. In many cases, the SPY has in recent times went right through the gaps, held them, and then continued higher. But that is the scenario there. Having a tough time on the daily chart, if I'm not mistaken, getting past the 50 EMA and holding it. So that's what we're battling right there, is that 50. Yesterday, and it doesn't show it, that's a little strange, but we actually got rejected and came under that 50, and they chose to do that. If we look at the end of the day, the last 10, 20 minutes, they sold the market off. So they could have closed above the 50 is what I'm saying. So I find that to be interesting. It's something that we want to pay attention to, but we are finding somewhat of a bullish pattern. 5-minute chart is obviously rejecting the resistances, which coincide with the 50. We're wanting to get over that 50 and start trending back up. That's the analysis on the SPY, and that's the area that we will be looking for in hopes that it can go ahead and break over and find a support on there, and that way we would be potentially moving back up to what was the support yesterday and now is going to give us problems as far as being a resistance. So those are the areas on the SPY. I hope this helps. Looking to add to a couple positions, but definitely in trade management, we'll be looking at getting out if we need to. Okay? I'll see you the next. Oh, hey, give me a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Click the notification bell. And I'll see you in the next video.